Hey there, it's Robin here, CEO and founder of D4H. Welcome to your Personal Training Advanced User course. This course is going to go into much more detail than our basic one and really help you to configure all the settings within your account. Now, I know you guys are well able for this, but you do have two options. You can either jump ahead chapter to chapter, or feel free to sit down and take it all in. Watch all our courses. Enjoy the course, and I look forward to meeting you either in person at some point or online. Talk then.
Hello, and welcome to this video series for admin users. My name is Marie Hunt. I'm with the customers team here at D4H. In this video, we're going to review how to add members to your D4H account, as well as how to send invitations to those users to grant them access to sign in. Let's get started. Once you're logged in to D4H, either access the Planning dropdown and go to Members, or click on the user icon at the top right-hand corner and select Access Control. Either one of these avenues will allow you to add members to your D4H account. To do so, simply click on Add Members at the top right. There are several ways to add members to your D4H account. You can do so by entering their data in line by line, or you can select Upload Spreadsheet to upload a spreadsheet for your members. Be sure to check out the Help Center article for steps on how to do that. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to key in my members' information. One thing to note is that this join date should reflect a date in the past that the member joined your organization. This is especially relevant if you're backdating adding activities to your D4H account. If the join date is after the activity date, it will not allow you to add this member as an attendee. Designate the appropriate status for this member. These statuses can also be customized within the team settings. I will show you that in a minute. This status field allows for specific functionalities within the D4H system. It also will place each member into their applicable tab category. For more information, check out the Help Center on these statuses. I'm going to fill in the rest of my details for this member. If you add any phone numbers, be sure to enter them in international format with no symbols. You may scroll to the right for more fields to enter in additional pieces of information. Once you're done, click on Import All Members. Step 1 is adding your members. This allows you to track your membership details, including qualifications, attendance hours, etc. Step 2 would be granting that member access to sign into your D4H account. Let's do that step next. First, I'm going to go ahead and find Robert Williams, whom I just added to the account. You can do so by again going to Members under Planning. You can also go back to Access Control, or you can type in their name at the top and select their name. This is Robert Williams' profile. If I needed to update any details on his profile, I'd simply click on Update Details at the top right. To grant access, I'll click on Manage Access. Next, I'm going to select the permission level that I wish to grant Robert. Permission levels are what allow the members to do specific functions within the D4H account. For more information on these permission levels, be sure to check out the Help Center article. For Robert Williams, I'm going to select Member Plus, allowing him to draft incident activities, exercise activities, drafting event activities, and I'm going to give him the equipment editor. Once you're done, simply click on Send Invite at the bottom right-hand side. From the Access Control screen, you can see that Robert Williams has been sent an invitation to join the D4H account. It's very important to note that those invitations expire after 24 hours, so that may require you to come back in here and resend an invitation if it's been beyond the 24 hours. Let's backtrack a minute and talk about the customization of member statuses. Come over here to the user icon at the top right and access Team Settings. From here, scroll down to the Members module, and this is where you can customize the labels for each status. When you're done, simply click on Save Changes at the bottom right. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this brief video. Continue in the series to watch the remaining videos. If you ever have any questions, feel free to reach out to us at help@d4h.com. We're here to assist.
Hey everyone, let's take a look at the groups feature we have in the D4H Team Manager. This specific feature can be used to organize your members so that you can send a direct communication to a group, or you can also add a group to an activity that you're running. You can also qualify a group directly for a qualification with a few clicks. To create a group, go to the Planning tab and click into the Groups menu. From the top right hand corner, click into the Add Group option. From this page, start adding the group information, starting with the title, which is your group name. If you are going to be having multiple groups in your account, it's advised to create a bundle so that you can club all your groups together. If you have set up a communication provider, you can add in the SMS shortcode here. If this group is required to have minimum number of members, you can select the minimum number of members from this drop down. From the last option, you can pick and choose the members who need to be part of this group. Once the changes have been added, simply go to the Save Group option and click into it. It will then save all the information that was just added. You can also upload an attachment for this group. If you are looking to download and export of the members, you can do that from this option. If you would like to see what are the qualifications that these members are qualified for, you can download a CSV file of their qualifications from this option. If you are looking to make changes to an existing group, open up the group, then click into Update Details. Make your changes and then click into Save Group. Lastly, if you are looking to delete a group, open that specific group and click into the Delete option at the bottom. It will then display a reconfirmation box. Add in the text that is requested and then click into the Permanently Delete option. Please take a note that just like the other deletion options in the account, once you delete a group, it cannot be restored. Thank you once again for taking the time to look at the video. If you have any questions or feedback for us, please send them to help@d4h.com. Bye-bye.
Hello again, Marie Hunt here with the D4H customers team. This time to show you qualifications. Qualifications allow you to track certificates that are earned by the members on your team. You are also able to set expectations against groups. You're also able to set up the notifications for these qualification expirations. This helps you ensure that nobody on your team is ever left with an expired qualification. Qualifications are managed exclusively within the web application. Let's jump into a D4H account to get started. Once logged into your D4H account, access the qualifications underneath Planning. The first thing we're going to do is add a new qualification. Go ahead and select Add Qualification from the top right-hand corner and fill in the applicable details of this qualification. You're going to want to give your qualification a title. Bundling it together with other like qualifications helps to organize your qualifications together. Add a note about the qualification to give it a description for your members. Set default expiry parameters regarding this qualification. If the qualification never expires, just select Never Expires. The Remind Before Due details will trigger notifications to both the member that the qualification is expiring for, but also to the administrators that you've deemed within your team settings to receive the notifications for all members in your D4H account. You may also specify if there's a specific number of required on-call members that have this qualification. When you're done, click on Save Changes. The second step would be to qualify my members. Simply click on Qualify Members at the top right-hand corner. From the drop-down, I can select individual members that have received this qualification. I want to update the awarded date, and the expiry date will update automatically based on the parameters that I've set within this qualification. You may also choose to upload a spreadsheet by clicking on this Upload Spreadsheet blue hyperlink. For more information on how to do this, access the Help Center article for bulk qualifying your members. The next step is to set expectations within my D4H account for this qualification. I'm going to click on Expectations on the top right. Setting expectations can be done multiple ways. You can set expectations by the status of your members, by groups, but also by individuals. I'm going to go ahead and do that now. Once you're done, scroll to the bottom and click on Save Changes. Setting expectations allows you to see who's required to have these qualifications, or if it's a preferred nice-to-have qualification, we'll list that out separately. Setting expectations can bring forward gaps within your documentation, meaning if there's people that are required to have this qualification and you don't have their awarded or expiry information entered, it would display as none underneath the required expectation. If I wanted to update details on this particular qualification, I would simply access the qualification and select Update Detail. Recertifying your members works the exact same way as qualifying members. So if you have anybody that's expiring, for this example, I'll use Bob Thornton. He expired on January 7th. Now I need to requalify him. So all I need to do is click on Qualify Members, find Bob Thornton, grant him a new awarded date, and click on Save Changes. Now Bob Thornton's record reflects the new qualification record. To upload your member's qualification document, simply access the qualification itself, click on the member's name, select the paperclip icon next to the applicable qualification, upload the qualification here, and click on Upload Files. Doing it this way not only links the qualification document to the qualification itself, but also links it back to this member's profile. Next, let's go ahead and take a look on how to set up your notifications for the entire D4H account. Access Team Settings from your user icon, scroll all the way down to the bottom, click on Emails and Notifications, and then click on Qualification Alerts. This can be set up for your training administrators, your admins, or anybody else who needs to receive alerts for expiring qualifications for your entire D4H account. When you're finished selecting who will receive these notifications, click on Save Changes. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. Continue on in the series to watch the remaining videos, or if you have any questions or suggestions for us, reach out to help@d4h.com. Thank you.
Hey there, it's GP here from the D4H customers team. Let's look at the roles feature that we have in the D4H Team Manager product. This feature is going to be come in handy for you to track the positions held by your members when running your activities. You can also search for a certain duration and review what were the roles held by each of your team members. Let's jump in and see how you can go about creating a role and adding a role to a member as well. To create a new role, go to the Intelligence tab and then click into Roles. From there, click into the Create New Role option at the top. You will then be requested to add in certain information with regards to your role. Once you have added all the information with regards to the role that you are creating, click into Add Role. You will then be able to see the role that was just created. As the time goes on, you will start creating new activities and adding new roles. When you come back to this roles page, you can simply click into any of the roles and then set a start and an end date to see how the roles have been assigned to certain members for the selected duration. Let's take a look at how you can go about setting a default role for a member in your account. To do that, go to the Planning tab and open up your members page. Here you will be able to see all the members in your account. Let's take Nancy as an example. Once you open up the member profile, click into Update Details. From there, go to the Default Role field, and from the drop down, select your default role. So in our case, let's take the duty manager as the example. We can then go into the finished option to save that information. We will now take a look at how the roles are going to be shown when we add Nancy to an activity. If I were to add Nancy to an activity that I'm running in the account, you will see that the system picks up their default role as duty manager. But of course, as the admin of the account, you can simply go in and change their role if needed for this specific activity. I'm also going to mark them as attended, and then I'm going to go to the costings tab. From here, go to the personnel section and check mark the costing for personnel. You will notice that the system picks up the per attendance cost that we set for the duty manager role, and you have the option to go in and change this value along with the other costing information. Once the costing information has been added, simply click into the finished tab. If you would like to verify the information that was added, you can head over to the attendance tab to see all the attendees along with the roles that were given. And if you scroll further down, you'll be able to see the costing information and the costing that was involved for the personnel. If you would like to generate exports, you can simply click into the print PDF, which will generate a costing report, and the same applies for the attendees as well. Thank you once again for taking the time to look at the video. If you have any questions or feedback for us, please send them to help@d4h.com. Bye-bye. Hey everyone, it's GP here with another video. Let's look at how you can go about creating new resources in your D4H Team Manager account. Head over to the Intelligence tab at the top and click into Resources. Always consider resources as external. These resources can be trainers who visit your team on a monthly or an yearly basis to conduct training, or even these could be the doctors who participate for your events or the incidents that you are carrying out in the account. To create a new resource, click into the Add Resource over here and then start adding the information requested. Once you have added all the information, simply click into Save Change. Once you have saved the information related to the resource that you just added, you can head over to the Resource Attachments option and upload any documentation related to this resource. These could be their travel plans or their timetables, or these can even be their qualifications to conduct these trainings. You can also go to the planning option at the top and click into the address book. Here it will display all the contact details of your team members plus your resources as well. If you are looking to add any contact information for your resources, what you can do is you can simply click into that specific resource. So let's take the resource that we just added, and from here you could go into Add Contact and start adding the contact information from this. Once the information has been saved, you will be able to access all their contact details from the main address book, and you will also have options to export contacts as well as your members' information from these options. Thank you once again for taking the time to look at the resources video. If you have any questions or have feedback for us, please send them to help@d4h.com. Thank you. Bye-bye. Hey everyone, it's GP here from the D4H customers team. Today we are going to be looking at an interesting feature called tags. Consider tags as a data point where you can extract a specific set of information directly from the D4H system once they have been added. Let's take a look at how we can go about creating a tag in your account. Simply head over to the Intelligence tab at the top and click into the Tags option. If your account already has tags, it will display all the tags in this page, and also it will display the tags usage based on the activity types over time. In this example, let's go ahead and create a tag called mandatory under a bundle called training requirement. To do that, let's first create a bundle called training requirement. Once the bundle has been created, you can go ahead and create the tag by clicking into the create tag at the top. Once you have added the title, please make sure you select the bundle that was just created. In our case, it was the training requirement, and then click into save changes. The system will then show you a confirmation saying the tag has been added, and if you would like to double check, you can scroll down and view the tag that was just created. If you need to use a tag that was just added to the account, you can simply open up that activity, go to the update details, and then scroll to the bottom. This is where the system will display all the tags in your account, and from here you can simply check mark the tag that you would like to use and click into any of the tabs to save the changes. Let's say for an instance you are looking to extract the activities where you have used the tag called mandatory under the training requirement bundle. For that, all you have to do, go to the intelligence tab at the top, select reports. From here, go into the create new report. You could select all activities or select a specific activity type. In this example, I'm going to use all activities. And then from the report settings, you can select the tag that was just created and then run the report. The system will specifically look at the activities that have been given the tag mandatory. In our case, there was only one activity that has been marked with this tag, and it is shown on the screen. You also have the option to download it as a spreadsheet. Thank you once again for tuning in to the D4H video series. If you have any questions or got feedback for us, please send them to help@d4h.com. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Hello again, Marie Hunt here with D4H, this time to show you drafting activities. This is going to be a multi-part video, so please stay tuned. Within D4H personnel and training, exercises and events are referred to as activities. Exercises can be used for training activities. It allows you to track your members' attendance and collect their responses in real time. Event activities can be used for things like meetings or public events. Just like exercises, events can be used to capture attendance and other key pieces of information relevant to your organization. Tracking your team's exercises and events in D4H allows you to compile reports on the data within those activities. Drafting activities must be done exclusively in the web application. Let's jump into a D4H account now to take a look at drafting activities. Now that I'm logged into my D4H account and on the module for activities, I'm going to click on Add Exercises in the top right-hand corner to start the process in drafting a training exercise. For this part 1 video, I'm only going to be showcasing the information that's on the Basic tab. In order to learn what to add to the additional tabs on the screen, go ahead and continue watching the next videos. I'm going to go ahead and fill out some general information about my training exercise. As you can see, I went ahead and added some information about this training exercise. A title, its location, dates, relevant pre-plan information, a thorough description, and I've selected the attendance type. Now I'm going to select a few activity tags in order to track and measure frequency of competencies and skills for my training exercises. Now that I'm done, I'm going to go ahead and click on Finished. Thanks again for taking the time to watch this brief video. We look forward to hearing from you soon.
Hello, and welcome to part 2 to drafting activities. If you haven't watched part 1 yet, go ahead and watch it. It's the video right before this one. To get us started, I went ahead and opened up the ICS Advanced Training, which is the same training activity that I created in the previous video. To update the details on this training exercise, I'm going to click on Update Details on the far right-hand side. In the first video, we talked about all the details under the Basic tab. Today, we're going to focus on attendance and K9. Let's get started. I'm going to click on the Attendance tab. The Attendance tab is where you can track attendee participation. I currently have 4 people listed on my Attendance tab. 3 of them have been unconfirmed, and 1 of them confirmed attendance. There are 2 ways to add attendees. You can do so from this first drop-down here and select individual people. You can also use this quick add feature to add people that are designated with on-call statuses like operational or non-operational. You can also import people that are directly added to groups. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to select my hazmat driver group. Now it went ahead and added Robert Duke. The next step would be to update each person's unconfirmed attendance to either absent or attended. Since this is in the past, part of the workflow best practices is to come in here and validate that all of the information on the attendance section is correct. You can do this on an individual basis by selecting each box next to each person's name. However, we do have a bulk feature that allows you to select multiple people. And from this bulk action at the top right, you're able to set certain things for the people that you selected. Again, allowing you to bulk update. For this, I'm going to change this to the attended status. And now all 3 of those people have been updated. This bulk action can save you a lot of time. So be sure to review the Help Center article on drafting activities and updating attendance. Next, I'm going to access the K9 tab so that I can track the K9 participation. However, before I get started, you need to make sure that the handler is added to the Attendance tab and that you've updated them to attending. Next, I'll go to the K9 tab, and you'll be able to see the K9, or the animal, who is under the handler, Marie Hunt. I would then select that this K9 attended, update the duration, and click on Finished. Now that I've updated my attendance details, I can scroll down and review all of my attendance records. I can print these to PDF. I can see the percentile, the total person hours, and if I keep scrolling, I can also see my K9 details as well. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this brief video. We look forward to hearing from you soon.
Hello there. Thank you for tuning in for another how-to video by D4H Customers team. Today we are going to be looking at how to add resources, equipment, look at costing, and also how to go about adding files or attachments to your activity. Let's get started. To do that, what I'm going to do, I'm going to open up one of the activities that I have created in the account and click into Update Details. When it comes to resources, consider resources as external. This could be a trainer who visits on a monthly or an yearly basis to conduct training for your team members. If you do not see resources when you click into this drop down, please touch base with an account administrator of your team who can create these resources beforehand of the activity being drafted. Simply add in your resource to the activity. And if to you, please make sure you add in the timestamps and involvement information as well. Once you have completed the resource information, go to the Equipment tab. Here you will be adding all the equipment items that were in use for this specific activity. You have the option to filter them based on the name. For example, if I am to search for an item by its name, I can simply type in the information here and drag and drop them to the right hand side column. If you do have configured barcodes for your equipment items, you can scan them and add to your activity as well. Once you do add equipment to the activity or to the right hand column, please make sure that you review the duration that it was in use. Ideally, system picks up the total duration the activity has taken place. Once you have added all the equipment items that were in use for your activity, head over to the Costings tab. System will display all the items, personnel that were in use for this activity. You simply need to make sure that you check mark the section. So in our case, we're gonna check mark the equipment. If you have already defined costing for your equipment, it will be displayed over here. If you do not, you can simply go in and update the information. Let's add in some information, and you will notice that when we do add the information to the fields, the total column gets updated automatically. Similarly, head over to the personnel section and check mark the costing for all the personnel who attended for this activity. You can of course go into any of these fields and override the values, and accordingly the total that is shown on the right hand side will get changed. If you would like to add any miscellaneous costing, you can add under the section called Other, and you will also be able to see the total at the very bottom. When it comes to attachments, this is where you will upload, for example, any invoices that were used to purchase certain items, or any timetables or any sort of documentation can be uploaded over here. And you also have the option whether to hide these files from members. Once that is done, head over to the Finished tab, which will confirm your changes that were just made. Finally, if you are to scroll down on the activity page, you'll be able to see the team members who took part in this activity. If there were any K9s, all the equipment that were in use. You also have the option to export as a PDF, any resources that were in use. Costing, again, you have an option to print PDF. And at the very bottom, you will be able to see any attachments that was added to the account. Hope you found this video useful, but of course, if you have any questions or feedback for us, please send them to help@d4h.com. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Hello, Marie Hunt here with the D4H customers team. This is the last video in the series. For more videos, go ahead and watch other series that we have here on our YouTube channel. In this video today, we're going to talk about approving activities. Within your D4H account, all activities start out as draft activities and must be approved after the activity date has taken place. Within your D4H account, all activities start out as draft activities and must be approved after the activity dates have taken place. On my D4H dashboard, I have a draft section that indicates all of the activities that must be approved. Draft activities are also indicated by an asterisk. Once the activity is approved, the asterisk is removed. Let's go ahead and open up one of our training exercise activities, the 85 ICS Advanced Training. Once the activity has taken place, an approved required box with an approved report button will appear if you have the proper permissions in order to approve the report. Before I approve any activity, I want to make sure to update details and confirm all of the information is accurate. Once I've confirmed accuracy, I would simply click on Approve Report. A pop-up window will appear to confirm that you are trying to approve this report. Select Approve. Now this training activity has been approved. I'm going to navigate back to my dashboard. For ease of use, there is a bulk approve button. This button does allow you to approve all activities in bulk that you select. From the screen, I can select any of the activity types, or from this All tab, I can select all activities or pick and choose which activities I wish to approve. Please note, there is certain information within an activity that is required before you approve that activity. For example, if you do not update the attendance record within the activity, you will receive an error message that must be updated before it can be approved. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this brief video and for watching the series on personnel and training admin users. Stay tuned for more series.